Say, check this out, man. I heard people talking about the blast, right? They saying this and this and that. If you don't know nothing about the blast, homeboy, keep the blast out your mouth. Straight up. I'm gonna say it like that. It ain't number 4 cities in some of West Texas, you know what I'm saying? And other little cities, that were blasting with us, Corpus and stuff like that. But I'm not saying all the Corpus, I'm just speaking on some, because a lot of people wasn't that big. And, when you go to the penitentiary, homeboy, and you go to the rec yard, you're going to see you'll know where the blast is at. Straight up. We're the majority of the whole yard, man. That's one thing. It's 4 cities. Dallas, Houston, Fort Worth, and Austin. That's just it, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else blasting. One thing about the blast, we Tango blasting. We're the only ones. Everybody else is Tango. But they're not all checking in like we are. Whatever unit you go to, you got to check in. You got guys that are sliding back because when they go to another unit, because, they do transfers. When they go to other units, they don't want to get in that blender. They don't want to recheck in. We the only ones that are blasting that goes into units, and we got to check in. Everybody ain't doing that but the blast, man. They sliding back. You can't slide. There ain't no such thing as sliding back, homeboy. If it ain't in your heart, do not get off that bus saying that you blasting. And you go in the yard or you go in the pods and you see how that check-in is going in. You can't slide. You can't sit there and say, oh, I'm not blasting no more. Once you have the blast in your mouth, it's over with. And that's the thing. See, back then, we used to be, we had a structure. When we came in, we were giving out bags. Here's your bag, man. It had soups, chips. We was embracing. We was loving. We had love for each other, homeboy. That's what it was about. It wasn't about all that other stuff. You know what I mean? And people were seeing that. And then you got certain things that hit the unit that there's no more love and there's no more embrace. You got people that they don't want to blast no more because they let other dudes dictate they move. And then you got other guys that are blasting on one unit and they go to another unit, they're not blasting. They decide they want to slide back. Back when you were blasting and you slid back, man, we treat you hoes like bitches. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just like everybody get out. Oh, I'm blasting. How do we know that? That's not for sure that you blasting, homeboy. That's not a sure thing. But one thing about it is we'll know about it if you really blasting or not. We don't have to take it out to the streets. It's a penitentiary thing. We didn't have to take it out to the streets and start blasting. But it's out here, and it's a movement, and there's nothing that Joe can do. We the most of everybody, man. We the biggest gang in the penitentiary, man. I don't care what anybody says, bro. We our own enemies, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, man. If you ain't blasting, you ain't lasting. And a lot of fools can't make it. So they got to fake it. You know what I'm talking about? So remember, man, before you go to the penitentiary, you got to check in, homeboy. Straight up. It's all about the blast around here. Big blast things, man. There ain't no free rides around here. You know what I'm talking about? So remember that.